we have a segment here that's a little different. It's a little different from anything else, right? First of all, shout out to Nicola for writing this because I didn't write this. But so we're fans of UFC here. So we wanted to have a little fun, right? Don't you guys remember a couple weeks ago where Devin Booker and Paul George kind of got into it a little bit?
I mean, George Paul.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. His name is George Paul. My bad.
Tell him why.
Yeah. At the Win by 2 podcast, until Paul George gets better or what it changes or whatever, we're gonna call him George Paul. All right, that's what we do here. But the question is, who's gonna win? Who win in a fight? Because I remember they kind of try to step to each other a little bit. Who wins, right? So before that, right? I'm a really big fan of the UFC, so I got the stats right here.
Okay.
Right? So Paul George coming in at 6'8", 84-inch reach. That's like John Jones. He's like the same reach as John Jones, basically, right? 220 pounds versus Devin Booker, 6'5", 79-inch reach, 206 pounds. Clearly, there's a big size difference, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny, right? Off pure aggression, I'm gonna give it to Paul George or George Paul. Yeah. I'm gonna give it to George just off aggression. Right. I saw some tweet where he was like, this doesn't affect me. Only the weak feel to, a lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep. I'm just like, oh, he's boiling. He is so mad, man. He's just a grenade, just walking around. So, but again, Devin Booker is not chump. Like the way he kind of went up to him and was just, they were going back and forth. It's crazy. George Paul, I think everybody thinks he's a chump in the league, right? Like he has to kind of come back from that. And I want to dedicate an episode to him actually. And call it the George Paul episode. But
oh man, you better hope he don't hear this.
I hope he does.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to fight him.
You come out on the podcast.
It's all good, man. We're straight. But
that would meet some in the playoffs.
But so the thing is, basically, to be honest, I would love nothing more to see him switch his first and last name back to normal. There's nothing more that I like to see because everybody loves a redemption story, right? So it would be great to see that. But it's like, do I think? I don't know. But who I think is gonna win a fight? Plot twist. I'm gonna go Devin Booker. I'm gonna go. The way Devin Booker got up and kind of stepped to him, I was like, nah, Devin Booker's not. You see it a lot. Yeah, you see a lot in the UFC. We saw it with I don't know if y'all are fans, but we saw it with Dan Hooker and Michael Chandler recently on the same card as Conor McGregor, where Hooker looked a little, he looked a little shook, and that's kind of what Paul George looked like. Devin Booker there was nothing. There was no break in him in anything. So that's what I would think. But I'm gonna let you guys, get your opinions off.
I'm gonna take Devin Booker because Paul George seemed like a little bitch.
George Paul.
And I'm sorry he did in that whole interaction. He seemed like a little bitch. Yeah. Devin Booker looked like he was about to knock his ass out.
Yeah.
And you talking all that shit and you talking on social media. Like
the Dame Lillard, that whole situation. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It just like seemed like little bitch behavior. So I'm gonna take Devin Booker. Sorry, George Paul.
Thank you. And before I get to my point, shout out to my boy Skip Bayless. He's the one that came up with the George Paul. So that's the one thing I agree with Skip. That was funny to me, and I was like, he has a point. Do something. George Paul, you watching this? You got a problem? We're not gonna fight, bruh. We're grown people. Join the podcast. Get the views up. But
do something.
Right, do something. But I have to agree with Frau Nicola. I got Devin Booker.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. George Paul, he reminds me like a Draymond Green. Just fake tough. I think Draymond Green's fake tough. It's It's softness.
Everybody gets shots at the Win by 2 podcast.
Yeah, everyone gets shots. No one
Draymond
safe.
Green was not even in this. It's just like
I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Fight me?
I'm not gonna talk shit about Draymond. That's all you, D.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll record and freaking make money off him. Easy. But come on, Draymond, come on the show. But but nah, that's all love, man. Keep balling. You shouldn't worry about us, man. We random people. Why you care?
Yeah, well, who cares, man?
Yeah, who cares?
Just talking shit.
But Devin Booker, I do think he's one of the few light-skinned tough people out there. You know what I mean? Like usually light skins are they're a little soft. They got a little soft side to them, you know. But I do think
this is the clip. This is the clip. This is the clip, yo. This is the clip for
I do think Devin Booker is one of the few, very few, like the rare light-skinned people out there that's actually tough and they're not playing around. Because what they mentioned, what Nicole and Frau mentioned, like the way he got up and got in his face, he ain't playing around. Like he got that like little attitude to him. So I like that. You know, he's not scared to beef with nobody. George Paul wants to, you know, he wants to keep like, yeah, friendly, yeah, this and that. I just want the ball, man. Stop criticizing me, but like just so soft. Like, come on, man. You big, you're stronger. How can you be so soft? Come on now. But yeah, I got Devin Booker, man. Easy. It won't even be close.
Okay.
Wow. So we all got the smaller dude. That's wild.
Yeah. Remember, and I think Frau said, like, you watch UFC, like size don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, knowing how to fight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's according to UFC, muscles don't even matter. You got some like slob looking people out there. It's just knocking people out. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if somebody takes a step back, it's you know, it's usually a sign that they're afraid or you know, they don't have the advantage in a fight. So
like who knows? You think Jokic can fight?
No. I don't. Shout out to Jokic. I love big ups to Jokic, but no.
Who knows? He might appear in the next another.
He could do this, and he'll definitely knock somebody out if he did this. Big old arms.
Yeah,
looking like a Titan from Attack on Titan. But yeah, it's that's definitely something we definitely got to dig deep on that. Like players that could fight. That's like oh man, and we need an episode on the Malice in the Palace 04 with the Pistons.
Oh
I love that. I don't know if like this is a disgrace to all of the sport of basketball. Like, shut up.
I know.
Brilliant. Like wrong people getting beat up.